Greetings once again. Welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be answering paper 2 June examination, Gauteng Province. Question 1. Huntsiman visited her local shopping center. Below is a layout plan of the shopping center. Then we can see that in this shopping center, we have a ground floor layout plan of Benmore Garden Shopping Center, which is based in Sandton. This is a ground floor. We have entrance number 5 there. We have G1, G2, G3, G4, G5, 6, 7. These are the shops. We have the parking there and parking there. The most important thing is to understand our key. We have the escalators represented by letter E, lifts represented by letter L, stairs represented by letter S, toilets represented by those images of a male and a female. Another important information is our compass direction. Here we can see our north, that side, meaning that we have a south, east and west also. We can complete this before you answer the question. You rather complete this to say never ever smoke weed in this way. And then the first question says that explain the meaning of G01 below. Pick and pay label. The G01. They want you to explain the meaning of G01. What does G01 stand for? Ground floor shop number 1. Stand for ground floor shop number 1. G01 stands for ground floor shop number 1. Moving to the next question, 1.1.2. Give the general direction of entrance 5 from G10. So what happened, we go to G10, draw our compass direction at G10. Not to forget, we should make sure that we don't change the direction of our original compass direction in terms of this question paper. And when we draw this compass direction here at G10, we can see that entrance number 5 is at northeast. Northeast. That is going to be our direction. 1.1.3. 1.1.3. How many lifts are there on the floor plan? Question marks. Not to forget that lifts are represented by the letter L. So we just move around and check letter L's here. Go, how many are there? We're having this. We also have another L below G34. So in all, we are having how many lifts? We're having 2. We're having 2 lifts here. We move to 1.1.4. 1.1.4, write down the name of the store labeled G35. When we go to G35, we can see that we are having the CNA there. That is the name of the shop. CNA. 1.2.1. 1.2.1 says that while at the shopping center, Huntsiman purchased a small dining table. The dining table has a diameter of 120 centimeters and a height of 74 centimeters. Below is the picture of the dining table. We have a diameter of 120 centimeters and the height of 74 centimeters. Use the information given above to answer the following question. Number 1, which is 1.2.1. Write down only the letter from the options given below that will be used to calculate the area of the circular top. part of the table. So if you check here, the circular top part of the table is a circle. And how do we calculate the area of a circle? We know that we're going to say pi multiplied by radius square. So the answer here is C. The answer here is C, because C is the one that is giving us pi multiplied by radius squared. 1.2.2. 1.2.2, it says that write down in simplified form the ratio of the diameter of the tabletop to that of a height of the tabletop. So now they want us to write the ratio of a diameter. We don't change the pattern. You say diameter here. Diameter is to what? Is to height. Diameter is to height, and if you can check here, our diameter is 120, our height is 74. Diameter is 120, our height is 74. But they said we must write this in a simplified form. So it means that we should look for a number that which we can divide 120 and 74 without getting a decimal. Let's start with 2. 120 divided by 2 is 60. 74 divided by 2 is 37. So this is a simplified format. 60 is to 37. You should not change this pattern. You cannot start by height to diameter. The question wants you to write the ratio of diameter into height. You should not forget that. Let's move. 1.2.3. 1.2.3 says that determine the radius of the tabletop in centimeter. We know that radius is equal to diameter divided by 2. And in this case, our diameter is 120 divided by 2. 120 divided by 2, we know that is 60 centimeters. And then it means that our radius is 60 centimeters. We move to the next question. I'll be writing it here because of space, which is 1.2.4. 1.2.4, it says that write down the height of the table in millimeters. We have to write down the height of the table in milliliters. We just have to convert this centimeters to milliliters. We go back to King Harry. King Harry died miserable death called malaria, which is 1,0,0,0,0,0. So now we must look for a relationship between what? Between centimeters and millimeters. Centimeters, this represent centimeters, this represent millimeters. So the relationship between the two is 10. And we know from bigger unit to a smaller units, from bigger units to a smaller units, we multiply. From a smaller unit to a bigger unit, we divide. So in this case, we are converting from what? We are converting from a centimeter. We are converting from centimeters to millimeters. Meaning that we are converting from big to small. We must multiply by the converting factor. And our converting factor here is 10. So it means that our answer here is going to be 74 multiplied by 10. 74 multiplied by 10 is 740 millimeters. I believe I explained this in a better way. We move to the next question, which is 1.2.5. We are having A and B. So let's check here. The table 1 below contain a list of explanations and definition of concepts used in mathematical literacy. Explanation and definition of the concept. A, amount of 2D two-dimensional space occupied by a 2D shape, okay? The distance around a circle, okay? Number C, a straight line passing through the center of the circle and touching the circle at both ends, okay? Number D, the distance from the center of a circle to any points on the circumference of a circle. Use table 1 above and match an explanation or a definition with each of the concept below. Write only letter A to D next to A and B, e.g. just like that. So A is a radius. We know that radius, if we are having a circle like this, radius is start from the center to any point in the circumference. Radius start from the center to any point in the circumference. So we go and look for a definition that will say from the center to the any point of the circumference. We found that one is number D. If we look at number D, it says that distance from the center to any point in the circumference. So radius is D. Number A. Question A is D. Question B, they talk about the circumference. What is a circumference? It's a distance around a circle. Circumference is a distance around a circle. So let's go and check if we have an explanation that talks about distance around a circle. Distance around a circle is B. So meaning that question B, the answer is B. This was question 1, 20 marks. Let's move to question 2. Question 2 says, Beria and his 2 sons, Jordan and Benjamin, drove from Pretoria to the Mapungu National Park to participate in an annual bird watching contest and a marathon. Use the map on page 6 and the information above to answer the following question. When we look at the map here, the map below shows how to travel from Pretoria to Mapungu National Park by a car. We have a Mapungu National Park. It's represented by this big star. And then we see Pretoria there. Okay, we can see that we can use N1 up to Messina. Then at Messina, you turn left using R572. You only drive for 68 kilometers to reach the park. Or you can use the other direction, whereby at Polokwane, you're going to turn left. You go to Dendron, Vivo, all day. Then you drive up to, what do you call this? Yeah, you drive and then you will see your Mapungu at your right hand side. You should not forget that we have this key to say that A represent a Chungol launch, and then B represent Limpopo Forest Tent Camp, and then we have C, and then D for Bembe. The most important thing is our compass direction is pointing up. So we should not forget that when we are to give the direction. Okay, it's fine. Let's look at the first question, which is 2.1. 2.1, it says that determine in kilometers a total distance between Pretoria and Makhado. If we go back to our map here, we can see that the distance between Pretoria to Makhado is going to be given by distance in kilometers. Is going to be given then by the distance from Pretoria to Polokwane, which is 260 kilometers. Plus a distance from Polokwane to Makhado, which is 107 kilometers. So we add the two. We use a calculator to say 260 plus 107. Our answer here is 367 kilometers. Then 2.1.2, it says, in which South African province is the Mapungubwe National Park found? Which province is this? This is Limpopo, because we talk about Makhado, we talk about Polokwane and Messina. All these towns, they are located at Limpopo. So the answer here is Limpopo. Lekaya la. Here la kaina. 2.1.3. 2.1.3, it says that which town is located northeast of the park entrance and receptions. So what we need to do, we go to the map. We go to a big star here at the reception. Don't forget, this big star represents what? The park and the entrance. We go and draw our compass direction here. Never ever smoke weed. We can see that the location that is at our northeast is Bait Bridge. It's a Bait Bridge. The answer here is a Bait Bridge. Just right. Bait Bridge. 2.1.4. 2.1.4, it says that it took them 0.8 hours to travel from Musina to the park entrance. Calculate the average speed of the vehicle in kilometers per hour. You may use speed is equals to distance over time. So the distance, we must look for a distance. Time, speed is what we must calculate. Don't forget, okay? But the distance is a distance from Musina to the park. If you can check here, is 68 kilometers. The distance is 68 kilometers. The time is given 0.8 hours. The time is given is 0.8 hours. The equation, speed is equals to distance over time. You just have to make sure that your distance is in kilometers. In this case, a distance is already in kilometers. We just substitute to say 68 kilometers. Time must be always in hours. The time given here is already in hours. Just gonna say 0.8 hours. Then we divide this. 68 divided by 0.8. We find that our final answer, or the speed, is 85 kilometers per hour. That is the speed that they were traveling at, is 85 kilometers per hour. And then we move to 2.1.5. 2.1.5, it says, give a set of direction when driving from the mine to the park entrance and reception. From the Venetia mine. So we go back to our map. We locate this Venetia mine. If we can check, Venetia mine is indicated by this small star. So you must move from this small star to a big star. How are we going to travel from that? There are two ways. You can choose the simplest way for you, as long as you should not forget that when you draw and when you give direction, you don't give it in paragraphs, you write points form. Looking at this question is having 4 marks. You can give around 4 points. 4 points will give you 4 marks. The first one, I'm traveling from the star to the east direction. Can say travel eastward. travel east. What? That's direction. This is the direction that I'm taking. Travel east what? Then from there, turn right. Turn right. Where do we turn? We must be specific. Turn right into R521 and drive 23 kilometers. I'm being specific about each and every little details here so that a person must not get lost. And then after driving for 23 kilometers, I believe you can see from the map here, I'm going to turn right again. Turn right into, now I'm using R572. And I drive for how long? For 23 kilometers again. I believe you can see where I'm getting these kilometers. Everything is indicated here. Then the last one, I'm going to say that destination at left. Destination at left. I'm done. 4 points, 4 marks. Simple as that. Moving to the next question. 2.1.6. This one, most of learners, they enjoy answering this question. You are the only one who's struggling with this question. What you need to do is to make sure that you concentrate here so that you can be like other learners. And then a 2.6 actually. Okay, it's fine. Let me just continue with my numbering system. I'm sorry, like we're supposed to have 2.1 up to 2.6, not 2.1.1 and 2.1.5, but I understand that we're on the same page on this one. Every time when you are to determine, let me read the question first. Determine the scale of the map by using a distance between Musina and Makhado as reference. Round your answer to the nearest 100,000s. So every time when you are dealing with a map or the scale on the map, we always use map is to real. We always use map is to real. And every distance that you get by using a ruler is a distance on the map. Every distance given in kilometers is the actual distance. So if we check here, we have a distance from what? From Musina and Makhado. It is given there as 92 kilometers. It's a real distance. You write it this side, 92 kilometers. We must also get a distance on the map of Makhado and Musina by using our ruler. You take your ruler, you place it here at the beginning of Makhado circle to the beginning of Musina circle. When you do that, you're gonna find that the distance on the map is approximately 4.8 centimeters. When I say approximately, it may happen that another learner see a 4.9 centimeters. There's nothing wrong with that. Somebody can see 4.7. It's also okay. As long as the difference is not that much big. It is a concern if you measure here, you find maybe 5.7 kilometers, or you find 10 centimeters or something which is more difference to what we have. As long as what we have there is around 4.6, 4.7, 4.8, 4.9 or 5, we will understand. So after doing this, don't forget, this one we have measured it with our ruler. We found that is 4.8 centimeters or whatever unit that we have got there. This one is a distance that we already have on the map to say that The distance from Messina to Mokaro is 92 kilometers. Now the most important thing is to check the units. Is your units the same? No, our units are not the same. We're having centimeters and kilometers. And in MathLit, we know that we cannot deal with different units. We must always convert to the same units. So now we are going to convert this to what? To centimeters by multiplying it by 100,000. The converting factor between centimeters and kilometers is 100,000. Now we are going to say 4,8 is 2. We say 92 multiplied by 100,000. We found that is 92 or 900 and yeah, that one. 920000. So now the units are the same. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. 200,000, which is 9,200,000 centimeters. 9,200,000 centimeters. Now, because the units are the same, there's no need for you to write units. You can just forget about the units. So that's because we are looking for what? We are looking for a number scaled. You divide everything by the smallest number here, which is 4,8. Divide here by 4,8. 4,8 divided by 4,8. We know this one is going to give us 1. Is to what? 9,200,000 divided by 4,8. I found that is 1,916,666,67. If you go back to the question said round this off to the nearest 1,000, to the nearest 100,000. So just have to check. This is closest to what? It's closest to 1,900,000. So we are now going to have 1 is to 1,900,000. That is our answer. What is the meaning of that? 1 units on the map represent 1,900,000 units in real life. So we are done with 2.6. Then we move to 2.7. 2.7 says that give one this advantage of working with number scale or a ratio scale. This one is very much simple. When resizing it, it becomes inaccurate actually. Yeah, let's just, when resizing. When resize, it's inaccurate. When you resize this, it's become inaccurate now. It's no longer accurate when you resize it. It will give you different answers. Don't forget to subscribe, people. Don't forget to comment, even to like a video. Just leave a like there. It's free. Just leave a like. It motivates me to make more videos. Let's move to the next question. Question 3. People are Metsonga, so some of these names, if not under kuhlaya bantu bawusi metan khomela. Bonganjalo enjoys doing DIY, which is do it yourself project. His latest project is to build a desk. A picture of a desk he is hoping to build is shown below. All the dimensions of the desk are given in inches. We can see that we are having 21 as a width, 60 as our length, 30 as a height, and we also have our width on the legs, that side is 20 inches. The most important thing is that they are giving us this relationship. Very much important. Saying that 1 inch is equal to 2,54 centimeters. This is the relationship between the two units. If you are to convert something, if you are to convert these units to centimeters or meters or something, you are going to use that relationship. This question is all about converting. It's all about converting. So, and there's 23 marks. Let's move to the first question. Convert the length of a desk to centimeters. If you look at the length of a desk, it's given as 60 inches. And you are given this relationship. We know that when we use the relationship, same units, same side. So because what we want to convert is 60 inch, you write it this side. 60 inch is equal to, you put x the other side because we are converting it to centimeters. The inch and the inch, they cancel. Then you cross multiply these two. It's going to give you a 60 multiplied by 2,54 centimeters. Is equal to, you cross multiply here, it's equal to x. You take your calculator. You say 60 multiplied by 2,54 centimeters. You find that your answer here is 152,4 centimeters. We are done. So now we know that when you convert inches to centimeters, you just multiply by 2,54. When you convert inches to centimeters, you just multiply by this amount. That is our converting factor. You multiply by that converting factor whenever you want to convert from inches to centimeters. You should not forget that because we are going to use that knowledge in the later stage. And then 3.1.2, it says that Bonganjalo does not want a desk that is higher than 0.77 meters. Use calculations to verify this. So the height that he needs something which is less than 0.77. And then what he have here, the height that he has is 30 inches. We must convert this to what? We must convert this to centimeters. Then from centimeters, convert it to meters to check if this is less than 0.77. If it becomes less than 0.77, we know that it met his requirement. But if this is bigger than 0.77, we can say that the desk does not meet his requirement. How do you convert this to centimeters? I told you that we just multiply by converting factor of 2,54 centimeters. We convert everything to centimeters first because we don't have a direct relationship between inches and meters. We must first convert it to centimeters. We're just going to say 30 multiplied by 2,54. Our answer here is 76,2 centimeters. But we want to convert everything to what? We want to convert everything to meters so that we can have the same units. How do you convert this to meters? What is the relationship between centimeters and meters? Is 100. So meaning that you're going to divide here by 100. Why do we divide by 100? We are converting this to meters. We divide this by 100. We found that is 0.762 meters. 30 inches is the same as 0.762 meters. And he is requiring something which is less than what? Less than 0.77. We can see that this meets his requirement. It meets his requirement. It meets his requirement. Moving right along, we're going to 3.1.3. 3.1.3 says that the top, or to build the top part of the desk, Onjabulo will use planks that are 2 meters in length and cut them to the correct size. Calculate the total length of the wood wasted from the 6 planks used to build the top of the desk. This one is very simple. We're just going to calculate what the difference between the 2 meters that they are looking for and the height that we are having here. Then if you can check the height that we are having, the height, we must convert the height to meters because we are given 2 meters here. Don't forget, planks is equals to 2 meters. And then the table length is 152.4 centimeters. Units are not the same. We're having meters and centimeters. What we need to do, let's convert everything to the same units. We know that for us to convert centimeters to meters, we just divide by 100. This is the length of the table. We have calculated this in the first question. So 152.4 divided by 100 is equals to, now this is the height, this is the length, of the table in meters. Everything is now in meters. The plug that you buy is 2 meters long, but the table is 1.524 meters. So let's look at the difference. Difference is going to be 2 minus 1.524. Now we're going to find that our difference there is 2 minus this. We found that the difference is 0.476 meters. He's going to lose 0.476 meters in each and every plank. Don't forget, you bought how many of them? You bought 6 of them. So we multiply it by 6 to find what the total, because they said calculate the total length of the wood wasted. It's going to waste that. He will be wasting 2.856 meters. This is what is going to waste. 2.856 meters. If you have answered it in centimeters, no problem, as long as our answer is the same. Even though for meters it's going to be 285 centimeters. For centimeters, it will be 285.6 centimeters. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Moving to the next question. 3.1.4. The easiest question I ever met in Maths Lit with the highest marks. If you look at this question, it says that below is the cutting list of the wood needed to build a desk. The cutting list of the wood needed is these legs, 4 multiplied by 28.5 inches, top supporter, 2 multiplied by 17 inches, tabletop, 6 multiplied by 60 inches. According to Bonganjalo's calculations, 13 meters of wood will be enough for the completed desk, excluding the cut-offs, okay? By making use of the information given above and appropriate calculation, determine whether he is correct in his calculations. So for legs, we're going to say 4 multiplied by 28.5. For top supporters, is 2 multiplied by 17 inches. Table top is 6 multiplied by 60 inches. So if you check, I just copy the table down. So now what we are going to do, because the question wants us to compare this, or these dimensions with the 13 meters that he's saying that he only need. So we must convert this to meters and compare it if the sum of these three is greater than 13 or less than 13. So for us, we already know that for you to convert inches to centimeters, what you need to do, you multiply it by what? 2,54. Let's multiply everything by 2,54. Multiply by 2,54 centimeters, multiply by 2,54 centimeters, multiply by 2,54 centimeters. Don't forget, we cannot work with difference units. So what we are doing here, we are converting everything to what? To centimeters. After converting everything to centimeters, we are going to combine them, then we convert them to meters to check if the addition of all of them is greater than 13 or less than 13. Let's do the calculations. The legs. We start with the legs. It's going to be 4 multiplied by 28,5 multiplied by 2,54. We found that it's 289,56 centimeters. The total legs is 289. Let's go to the top supporters, which is 2 multiplied by 17 multiplied by 2,54. This gives us 86,36. 86,36. The last one, 6 multiplied by 60 multiplied by 2,54. We found that it's 914,4. Then the total we are going to add all these things, which is 289,56 plus 86,36 plus 914,14. You should not forget, everything here is in centimeters. Let's add everything together. We are going to say 289,56 plus 86,36 plus 914,4. We found that the total is 1,290,32 centimeters. The question talks about meters, and what we calculated here is in what? Is in centimeters. We know that we cannot do what? We cannot compare difference units. Let's convert this to the same units. We divide it by what? Difference between centimeters and meters, we said is 100, meaning that we must divide here by 100. We are converting our answer to meters. Divide by 100. The answer divided by 100, it gives us 12,9. 12,9 meters. 12,9 meters. The combination of all this material, it will need 12,9 meters of the wood. And then he needs 13 meters. If you can check, this is less than what is required. It means that his claim is valid. You complete by saying that valid. The claim is valid. It was 9 marks for free, I believe. It was 9 marks for free. Then the last question, it says that write down one handheld tool that can be used by Bonginjalo to build the desk. We can talk about what? There are many things. Hammer, screwdrivers, and many more. Don't forget to like, people. You can see the hard work I'm giving here. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment. I'm just kidding, but I'm not kidding about you liking this video or sharing this YouTube handle to your friends who are doing grade 12 or grade 11. Tell them that this Mr. Skoboga in the YouTube. Let's move to the next question. Question 4, it reads, Tumiso is a warehouse manager for a perfect seat company that sells seat covers for passengers' vehicles. The warehouse has a rectangular shape with the dimensions as indicated in the diagram below, with a scale of 1:90. You can see the dimension of the warehouse, 12 centimeters long, 5 centimeters wide. Calculate the total, that's the first question. Calculate the total length of the warehouse. You may use the equation. So this is the equation that they say we may use. Total length is equals to 2 multiplied by length plus width. Don't change anything. They said 2 multiplied by length plus width. So if you check here, the only thing that we're going to do is to substitute the length and the width. 2 multiplied by, and then you open the brackets. Instead of writing L, we're gonna write 12 centimeters. Plus, instead of writing width, you're gonna write 5 centimeters. Then 2 multiplied by, then you add everything inside the bracket, which is 12 plus 5, 17 centimeters. 17 multiplied by 2 is 34 centimeters. The total length here is 34 centimeters. Moving to the next question, 4.1.2. It says, the scale used to draw the warehouse is 1:90. Explain the meaning of the scale. 1:90. We all know what does this stand for. 1 unit on the map represent 90 units in real life. Please avoid using numbers. Avoid using numbers. Make sure that you explain this with words. Like 1 must be 1 units. 1 unit on the map represent 90 units in reality. One unit on the map represent 90 units in reality. Then 4.2, it says that the manager has the following sets. The manager has the following seats cover options in stock. Color options of black and gray. You only have black and gray. Then the texture options, we have leather, shoe and cloth. You have 3 options for the texture. Colors, only 2. Black or gray, which black represented by B, gray represented by G. But for the textures, it's 3. We have L, S, C. What is the total number of possible outcome? Possible outcome here we can see that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The outcome are going to be 6. 6 outcomes. Then 4.2.2. 4.2.2, it says that determine as percentage the probability of buying a black seat cover. So probability We know that there are 6 outcomes. Obviously, you are going to divide by what? By 6. But now let's go and determine the black ones. B represent black. So if you can check here, 3 of them are going to be black. So it's going to be 3 over 6. As a percentage, the question is as a percentage. So we must convert this to percentage by multiplying by 100, which will give us 50%. As percentage is going to be 50%. That's how simple was that question. Moving to the next question, 4.3, which is 4.3.1. 4.3.1 it says, 4.3 says the manager created the following cake receipt to give to one of her staff members on her birthday. Preparation is 10 minutes. Cooking time is 30 minutes. Yield is 210 millimeter squared cake. Every time when we see the squared units, we know that we are dealing with what? With the area. It means that this is the area of a cake. You should not forget that. This receipt is for 12 people. It can save 12 people. We have the converting factor. 1 cup is 250 milliliters. 1 teaspoon is equal to 5 milliliters. Ingredients: 1 cup white sugar, 2 large eggs, 2 teaspoons vanilla essence of 1.5 cup of unsalted butter, 1.5 cup milk, 1.5 cup ready cake mixer. How many cups of a ready cake mixer will be required to bake a cake that will save 48 people? Don't forget, the receipt that we have is for 12 people. So let's check. How many 12 people do we have here? We are going to say 48 divided by 12. It will give us the number of 12 peoples that we are having inside 48. We're going to say 48 divided by 12. We found that we are having 4. We are having 4 12s in 48. And we know that each 12 require 1.5. So we can just multiply this by 1 over 2. You'll be able to find the number of cups. So what you need to do, you take your calculator just like this. You're going to say 4 multiplied by shift. You press this button here, the one that gives you a mixed fraction. Then you're gonna edit this to become 1 over 2. Your answer is 6 cups. 6 cups. Then 4.3.2. Determine in millimeters the length of the cake. You may use area is equals to side multiplied by side. So in this case, they've given us the area. I explained it before. They've given us the area of the cake to say that is 210. And then in the place of the area, you write 210, which is equals to side squared. Why side squared? Because side multiplied by side is going to give you side squared. So we are looking for the length. You just have to get rid of the squared by introducing the square root of side. And then the square and the square root are going to cancel each other. You're left with the side. You take your calculator. You're going to say the square root of 210. The square root of 210 is equals to square root of 210 is equals to square root of 210. Then you press this button SD. You change the answer. It's going to give you 14.49 millimeters. 14.49. millimeters. And the question said your answer must be in what? Your answer must be in millimeters. You are done with that. Moving right to the next question. Let me create a space for it here. 4.3.3. 4.3.3 says that the manager arrived home at 14:29. The manager arrived home at 14:24. 14:24. And immediately started preparing and baking the cake. Will she have a finished product before the birthday party start at 15:04? Question mark. Show all your calculations. It's very simple. In this case, we're just going to say that she arrived at home by 14:24. She needs 10 minutes of what? Of preparation. 10 minutes of preparation is going to be plus 0 hours and 10 minutes. This one is for preparation. After preparation, she needs how many minutes? She needs another 30 minutes of cooking time. I'm going to say plus 0 hours, 30 minutes. And what else? That is the only time that she needs. So let's check. If we add 40 minutes from 14:24, it leads us to what time? You take your calculator. You're going to say 14 hours. You press this button to give you something like this. I hope you can see what's happening here on the calculator. 14 hours, 24 minutes. When we check here, it leads us to what? 15 hours, 4 minutes, and 0 second. Our final answer, 15 hours, 4 minutes, and 0 seconds. So let's write this. It's going to be 4 past. It's going to be 4 past 5. So will she be on time? Is she on time? Yes. Should be on time. On time. She will be on time. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to suggest this YouTube handle to your friends. Question 5. This is our last question. It says, Michaela renovated her kitchen. She replaced her old stove with a modern stylish electricity stove. The top part of the new stove is shown below. If you look at the dimensions here, we can see that we are having 59 centimeters as our length, 52 centimeters as our width. And then use the information to answer the following question. The first question, calculate the area of the stove in meters squared. You may use the following equation, length multiplied by width. So what we need to do first is very much important. We are given 59 centimeters. We are also given 52 centimeters. I want us to convert these to meters first because your answer must be in meters squared. So I think it's best for us to convert these to meters first. We divide it by what? We just divide this by 100, I think. Not I think actually. We divide this by 100. Let's divide it by 100. I'm going to say this divide by 100. Divide by 100. And then 59 divided by 100. 59 divided by 100 is 0.59. 0.59 meters. Do the same here. 52 divided by 100. 0.52, 0.52 meters. And then area is going to be length multiplied by width, 0.59 multiplied by 0.52. Then 0.59 multiplied by 0.52. It gives us 0.3068 meters squared. That is our answer. And then moving to the next question. 5.1.2. It says, to test her new stove, Michaela prepared her favorite meal in a pot as shown below. Okay, we can see that we have a diameter of 20 centimeters. The height of the pot is 16 centimeters. Okay, calculate the amount of water in liters inside the pot. If the pot is 3.4 full, you may use the following formula. Okay, the formula that we are given here, we are given this formula to say a volume is equals to pi multiplied by radius multiplied by radius multiplied by height. I've changed radius squared to be radius multiplied by radius because I know most of the time when we deal with radius squared, it confuses us. So we rather extend it to be radius multiplied by radius, which will give us 3.142 pi. Radius, we know that radius is a half of a diameter. In this case, our diameter is 20. What is 20 divided by 2 is 10. I'm going to have 10 multiplied by 10 multiplied by height, which is 16. Then we use a calculator to find the answer here. Using a calculator here, we are going to have 3.142 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 16. We found that our volume is 27.2 centimeter cube. And then again, they said we must find our final, or must write our final answer in what? In liters. And we talk about 3.4. So what we can do, we can use the relationship that is given here to convert everything to liters first. This is the relationship given. 1,000 centimeter cube is equals to 1 liter. Let's convert everything to liters. Same units, same side. So we are going to write 27.2 centimeters cube is equals to x. Centimeter and centimeter, they will cancel. Then we cross multiply here. When we cross multiply, we're going to find 27.2 liters is equals to 1,000 x. We divide by 1,000. We divide by 1,000. And then we found that, okay, let's move them. Our x is equals to this divided by 1,000 is 5.0272 liters. We've converted everything to liters, but we should not forget the question wanted us to calculate three quarter of this. So the 3/4 is going to be is equals to 3/4 multiplied by 5.0272 liters. Let's do the calculations there. Just multiply that by 3/4. We found that our final answer here is 3.7704 liters. 5.1.3. Moving to the next question here. Point 2. We don't have 3, it's point 2. 5.2. 5.2.1. 5.2.1, it says, Michaela drove back to the store in Boxbeck, where she bought the new stove. To fetch the receipt she had forgotten, she traveled south on Becky Street from her home to reach Boxbeck town. What type of instrument will Michaela use to determine direction? There are many things that you can use. GPS. She can use GPS to get the direction. GPS. She can use what? Google Map. This is what you're supposed to have written there. There are many things that you can use. You can use the map itself. You can use the compass. Or many other things which you can think of that will assist a person not to get lost. Next question, which is our final question here, it says that the population of Boxbeck in 2015 was 260, 3 to 1, and grow to this in 2022 was 280,000. Calculate the percentage increase in the population to the nearest whole number. You may use percentage is equal to new minus old over old multiplied by 100. This question is repeating question because even in paper 1, they requested you to calculate percentage using this equation. The new number is 2022, obviously. It's the current year. The old number, 2015, which was 260, 3 to 1. Over what? Let me erase here to get a space because we need to multiply this by what? We need to multiply this by 100. Because if I don't show it here, it may frustrate other learners. And then let me say the new is 280,000 minus 260,321. Divide by the old one. The old one was 260,321. We multiply everything by 100. Yes, at least it will fit here. We can put everything here in the calculator to find the final answer here, which is 280,000 minus 260,321 over 260,321. Multiply everything by what? By 100. Multiply everything by 100. We found that it has grown by 7.56%. 7.559%. You write all these numbers. You write all these numbers after a comma. That is the first step. The second step is to convert this to the nearest whole number. If you check, this is very much close to what? To 8%. Let me use a different pen. The final answer here is 8%. Final answer is 8%. So this is how you should have answered question 5.2.2. We are done with paper 2. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video or leave your comments or question on the comment sections. Let your friends know that there is Mr. Skoboka in the YouTube. Share with them. They'll get help. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.